What's going on, everybody? Adam here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Viking Solutions for your guys' storage for your rods. So we're going to have a lot of different holders here. We're going to have mainly the ones we're looking at today are going to be the ones that are going to go into your guys' garage. So we're going to have some freestanding ones, which are going to be able to hold about 22 rods. And then we're going to have a couple of different wall mounts, and they're going to be able to hold a little bit less rods as well. So this is just basically just going to give you guys an opportunity to be able to clean up that garage now that spring is here, to be able to get all your fishing rods all nice and neatly organized so you don't have any tangles or anything like that. So in this video we're going to go over the three options you guys see here. So let's go ahead and get started. So the freestanding rod rack is going to be able to hold up to 22 rods. So this is going to be great to get every single seasonal rod you guys have on your dock, on your deck, or even just in your guys' garage or something like that. So it's going to be really a one-stop shop for getting all your rods into one place. 22 rods is a lot of rods. So it is going to have a nice blue powder-coated finish. It's going to resist against rust and corrosion. And the way that they designed it is we're not going to have any areas where that water is going to pool up. So if you guys are saltwater fishing, whenever you're done, put all your rods on here, hose them all down, and all that water is just going to nicely drip off to the side, and it's not going to sit there, puddle up, and rust away. So definitely a plus. It is extremely light and extremely easy to move. So you can just pretty much just pick it up, throw it in the bed of your truck if you guys are done at the lake for the year, or you guys are going down there because it's starting to get warm. Whatever it is, it's going to be easy to transport, which is awesome. You can put it wherever you want, your garage, your dock, your deck, or even if you guys are up in your guys' house, and you guys decide you guys are going to have a whole day of fishing, bring your rod holder down to the dock, and then you guys can have them all there just so you can cycle through whatever rods you guys are using for the day. So, dimensions, so let's go over those. It is going to be about 9 inches wide, so that's from this front leg to the back leg. And it is going to be about 31.5 inches wide this way, and then it is going to stand up about 31 inches. One thing I really like about the freestanding rod rack is the fact that this little bar here, we can actually adjust that from this whole entire length of this bar here. So that's going to help accommodate for some of those larger or smaller rods that you guys may have. It all just depends on where you guys' reel's at and how much rod is sticking out underneath that. So we do have the adjustability there, which is something I really look for. I have a lot of different size and shaped rods. So I definitely would say this one is definitely going to have the most adjustability, and it really is the most well built compared to the other two, and just the fact that we can pretty much put this thing anywhere. So now we're going to be taking a look at the overhead rod rack, but this one actually serves two functions. One, obviously we're going to be able to hold our rods, but also we are going to have some hooks underneath here for some tools as well. What I usually do once the sun goes down, I have all my fish caught, hopefully. I'm going to go ahead, come back here, I'll have my extension cord and my light, so then I'll have some light to clean my fish. You guys can pretty much hang whatever you guys are going to use with your rods, or even just some lawn equipment. So when we do mount this onto our wall, we're going to have 6 different holes that we're going to have to put for just the back brackets here. Basically just slide these little brackets in, and then you can go ahead and screw those in. We were using the original hardware, but we just decided to make it a little bit more beefy and add some extra hardware. But that is all just up to you guys. It's all your preference. So go ahead and choose your hardware accordingly. But it does come with it, which is awesome. But we do have some support arms here, and we're going to have another 2 holes that we're going to have to drill for that as well. So whether you're putting it down in your dock or even just in your garage, we are going to have to drill some holes. So just be mindful of that. So we are going to have about 3 inches tall here, and it is going to sit off your guys' wall about 5 13/16 inches, and it is going to be about 32 inches long. We do have a lot of options when it comes to mounting. As you can see here, we have some extra slots that we could have used, but we just went ahead and used the ones you guys see the bracket in. But this is just going to ensure that we can hit a stud when you guys go ahead and mount this onto your wall. Why do we want to hit a stud? Because if we do hit a stud on all 3 of our brackets here, we are going to be able to put about 75 pounds of weight up on top of here. So I would definitely recommend that, especially if you guys are planning on putting not only fishing rods on this rack. So So I went ahead and mounted this up to where I could walk underneath my rods without hitting my head on them. So be mindful of that whenever you guys are mounting. But the farther we go up, the little bit harder it's going to be to get these rods in. As of right now, it's not really giving me a whole lot of trouble. But we actually do have the capabilities of mounting this very, very high up into our garage to make a lot of different space. So maybe even above your guys' car. But be mindful, whenever we do that, it is going to be a little bit more difficult to get our rods up and into place. But as you can see, you just slide it in underneath that back bar, and it's not going to be going anywhere. And of course, it is made of steel and has a white powder-coated finish. So even if you guys do end up hanging this in your guys' dock or something like that, you guys don't have to worry about any of the elements getting to it and it rusting away over time. All in all, I would definitely say it is a solid construction. It isn't shaky or rattly or anything like that. And it's definitely going to get what you guys need done. If you guys are like me, I like to maximize my space in my garage. And I definitely think that this rack is going to do that for you guys. And for our third rod rack, it is going to be another wall mount. So you guys are going to have to drill some holes and screw some screws into the walls to get it mounted up. But the hardware is included, so that is a plus. But this one is going to get about 12 rods up and secured down. It is made of steel, powder-coated finish. It's not going to resist. It is going to resist against rust and corrosion over time. And also, just the design again is just designed to where all that water, nothing's going to pool up or anything like that. So again, for you guys as saltwater fishermen, you guys can go ahead and rinse all of your rods down after a long day of fishing. You don't have to worry about anything pooling up and rusting away. So it is going to be about 3 3/4 inches wide, and it is going to sit off your guys' walls about 19 inches. But the nice thing about this wall mount is we are going to have some adjustability. Obviously, it is a two-piece. You have the bottom piece, and then you have the top piece up here. So as you can see, I have a long fishing rod here, and then I got a real short one here. So obviously, I met it in the middle to make it accommodate for both of those. But if you guys have just extremely long rods, and all of them are like that, you can go ahead and mount this up a little bit more. But you guys will have that kind of adjustability whenever you're mounting it up, depending on what kind of rods you guys have. But all in all, I would definitely say that it is a decent construction. You put it together, it is kind of hard to mount it to the wall if you don't have a really long extension or anything like that. I did it a couple times, but then had to end up just doing it by hand after I pre-drilled and pre-threaded the holes. So that is something I would definitely take into account whenever you guys are figuring out where you're going to mount this at. Just make sure you guys have the right tools to do it properly. Well, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully we kind of brushed you guys up on what kind of holders we have from Viking Solutions. There are some for every different application, whether you're just putting it in your garage or you just want something to bring down to the dock whenever you guys are ready to fish. But other than that, that's pretty much all there really is to know about the Viking Solutions rod racks.